All right, I had a little bit of time here and I was sitting out in the garage and I thought, well, hell, I might as well play out here. I seem to do better when I'm sitting in my normal play spot as opposed to sitting and watching TV and I don't have a calculator and doing the stuff. And I'm going to play a little bit of Tour 10. And I've only been playing Tour 10 because I'm trying to get I've been at 3 cards on my Cataclysm where I'm 3 cards short of getting it to level 7 for shit. It's been 3 or 4 weeks now. It hasn't come up in the club card trading. I haven't gotten any cards in chess, and I thought I was at 197 and I was actually at 187, and I got it like 2 or 3 days in a row, and then I got some in some chess and I got it to 197 and I thought, wow, another day or two and I'll have it up. But no dice. Well, somebody asked me, I had some bags set up and I was playing in this recent tournament, and I wanted to make sure I had bags set up for the tournament because I had a bag set up for Tour 10. And the deal is the way these tours are now. It used to be like in Tour 7, you really didn't need to have an extra mile, 5, 6, 7 didn't really matter. Sniper, you could have some, and I always like to have at least, now that we have bags, having at least 3 bags where you got an extra mile bag, you got a rock bag, you got an accurate bag, a distance bag, an accurate bag, and then a utility bag. And my utility bag, always with the big topper and a big dog, now Cataclysm. And really, other than those 3, but now that I've got my APOC up, I've been trying to get used to playing with my APOC. I think I had just as much success, I think, with the extra mile. It is nice to have a little more curl, but it's got the same top spin. But some of these holes now, especially in Tour 10, where you're going against if you're using a lower power ball, and I've been playing with a Quasar, and most of the people that I've been playing against, some of them have Quasars, but a lot of them are bringing out 3 power balls, and they definitely have a market advantage with a 3 power ball. 2 wind, 3 wind, that's going to make a big difference. But there's a lot of these holes that on the second shots, you really need to have a big hitting wood. Now, I talked to my buddy Kyle Brady, and he's gone all the way up, max trophy player, and he played all the upper stuff with just a Thor's hammer and a sniper. So it really is just going to depend on what you're comfortable with and what you have in your bag. Really, when you get to Tour 7 is, you can have a lot of fun just playing at Tour 7. If you want to go up the scales and really go up to the top, eventually you're going to have to bring out some bigger stuff, because you'll get on holes, especially some of these par 4s that you get on, where if you came out there with a power 3 ball, and what's funny is I was at 400, then I was at 0, and then yesterday I played and I was at like 190, and then now I'm at 3. And so the trophy, it's totally inconsistent. But some of these holes, you have a market advantage if you bring out a bigger ball. I mean, they can get on in one. This is a hole right here with that wind. You could. Now, I think I can still get on there with this ball. I'm thinking about the winds blowing like this, so if I'm out in this area right here, is it going to get me up into that zone? Let's see. We shall see. Yeah, I think that's probably too far. Maybe. Using the wind to my advantage. Now, and the other thing is, when you're playing up here, these short shots, like when you're playing a rookie, these little short chips, the wind is not really that big of a factor, if at all. Like from where I'm at right there, it might be a little bit of a factor, and normally, like in lower winds, you're thinking of the hole, and you're thinking of the flagpole coming up, and from the edge of the cup to the flagpole is about 2 miles per hour. And here, when you got a 10-mile-an-hour wind, I usually, like in rookie, I don't like to pull my ball much out of the hole when you're close. But here, you definitely have to allow for the wind. You definitely have to do it. We'll see. And my opponent definitely brought out a bigger ball. And in this situation, it's not really going to make a big difference. I got a little closer. I still got a lot of work to do, though. Still got some work to do. Where am I at? There's max, there's mid, so I'm in the quarter range. We'll see if that goes in. Hitting it perfect. In the hole! In the hole. All right. Put a little pressure on my opponent. They're definitely in a makeable zone, but mine. We're both in makeable zones. The deal with playing up here is I have been dinking around and playing inconsistent, and so I don't know the par threes for the shootout. So if I win, I get in streaks where I'm winning out on the course, but I've been struggling in the shootouts because I don't have any notes, and I haven't been paying attention. And it seems like to me that we play today, and there's certain holes that we're going to get for the shootouts, and then tomorrow we play and we're going to get different holes for the shootouts. And if you're playing a tour on a regular basis, you're going to it might go back in. It might go. You're going to get used to playing the holes, and you're going to figure them out. And I haven't been a good enough student of the game to be super consistent. Super consistent. All right, let's get back on it. Tour 10. Here we go. Yeah, I was up to like 140 million, and then I lost 40 million, and now I'm doing the thing. This is why when you go up in a tour, you really need to have a good bankroll. I've heard that whole 10 times the buy-in for when you're going, but you really need to you need to be able to go up and not worry about it. I'm not worried about whether I win or lose, because my bankroll is big enough that it doesn't really matter. I'm obviously not going to keep playing if I'm just getting my ass handed to me and I'm down to 50 million. I mean, at some point you got to cut your losses, drop down a tour and have some fun. Wait. 5 times the win divided by 1.3. I've been leaving myself short on this hole and not putting enough topspin on to get me down that fairway. My opponent's in a spot of bother. They should be able to recover from there, depending on which way the wind's blowing. .6 be 8.5 rings. What do I need to do here? I'm going to come out 4.5. 8.5 rings. There's 5, 6, 7, 8.5. I do max curl. Hitting it perfect. Perfecto! See if I gave myself enough room for my curl to become effective and run me right down the middle, or if I fade off. Yeah, I faded off too. At least at least the rock's not in my way. You can get behind those rocks and then you can't get out from behind them. Surprised they haven't put signs out there on the deal. I noticed they've left a lot of the signs out on the course, but I haven't seen new signs come out, so they must have taken away the gold star from whoever put the signs up. And my opponent definitely has an advantage on me here because they have a katana, so with max overpower they could get over to the other side. I'm gonna have some work cut out for me, for sure. The thing about, yeah, the fucking rock's in my way. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. I'll just have to deal with it. Maybe I can curl around it. Nope. Clipped it right off the top. Into water. See, that's the deal. I've been struggling on this hole, and I like this hole. There's another way to go with this hole, but the deal is that every time I get on it, even if I get a tailwind on the every time I've been on this hole, there's a headwind to the cup, regardless of what the wind is on the first shot. And so if I take the alternate path to get to the cup, I've been struggling big time. And the alternate path is to lay up down on the end of this island, and then you can use this island as a jumping pad, or you could try and come over here and try and curl it around. And I think I might just start doing that and really work that shot. Because trying to hit to the island has not been successful for me. There you go. See if that rematch. Nope. No dice. Win one, lose one. Let's see if I wouldn't mind just being a 50%. Win one, lose one. I kind of like that. But way back in the day, for those of you that haven't played forever in a day, we used to have, instead of all these chests that we have now where you can do this stuff, we had a pin chest, and you had to get, I think it was 8 or 9 pins. You had to make 8 or 9 putts, and then you got a pin chest. And what it really kind of did was, if you wanted to get those rewards, like, you still have to play, but you can get the free chest now, and they give you stuff working towards, you know, getting other chests. But if you wanted to get bonus chests, you really had to play at least 9 holes every day. Let's see if we can get down there without getting in the sand. It's a tough one. Okay, so 1.2, I'm going to do a 20% times 14.4 divided by 1.3 is 13.29 rings. 13. There's 10. There's 13.29. I'm going to do a little bit more just because it seems like the last couple times I've been here, I ended up in that sand. Because it carries more than 20%. So I probably should have did like a 40% on that drive. See, those are the type of things when you get on these holes so that you can be super consistent, that if you play a tour for a while, you get used to it. Let's see if my opponent can get in the hole. Now, that definitely looks like it's uphill. But I'm just going to do a straight up shot because I don't know. So if we're going to get this hole again during the day, maybe I can learn something from this. So I'm going to just do a straight up shot so that I can see whether I need to add on. And the wind will probably be 70 miles an hour, 14. Where are we at? There's max. There's min. Like mid club. And see, at this wind speed, we definitely have secondary wind effect. So 14 divided by 1.6 is 8.75. Eight and 3/4 rings. There's 5, 6, 7, 8 and 3/4. Hitting it perfect. Definitely need to add something. Definitely. With these higher winds, I'm not as proficient dealing with secondary wind effects, so I tend not to make as many shots. The second shots that I do, even down to Tour 7, where I've played a lot, but the winds are half as much or less. All right, going to a shootout. I hate losing out on the course. I don't mind so much. It gets old if you're losing in shootouts a lot, but the deal is that I don't like losing out on the course. 1.2. I'm going to do 20%. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. I'm going to go from right here. 0.2 times 9.5. 11.4. I'm going to give myself enough room to pull that out so I don't have to involve that sand. I don't like hitting off of hill faces like that, but sometimes we have to do shit we don't like to do. 11.4. There's 10. There's 11.4. Let's hit it perfect. We hit it one ring great to the left. So that means it'll force it to go to the right, or excuse me, it'll go to the left. If you hit it if I hit it one ring great to the right, it hits lower down on the hill, so it goes more to the right. You see how steep that sand is there. I did not want to have to pull the rings if I could help it over the sand. My opponent will eyeball it, and they'll be closer, of course. Of course. Doesn't it piss you off when you're going against people that are eyeballing it and they beat you? It's like, why the hell am I doing that? I could have eyeballed it. Now I'm on a losing streak. Let's see if they'll replay. Come on, dude. All right. We got a player. Shit, hardly anybody ever wants to replay. The only thing, hardly anybody ever wants to replay, and nobody wants to practice. Nobody goes out and pays practice tokens to practice and actually practices. And this hole here has been kicking my ass because I've been laying it up down here on the end. I'm in the perfect spot, and I've got my second shot, and I keep ending up not hitting it perfect, but I keep ending up rolling off into the drink. And I'm not sure if hitting over this creek right here or what the hell the deal is, but I've tried to do a straight up shot and I've added stuff on, and it seems like I'm always in the spot. I almost feel like I should do what my opponent did, because you can recover from there. %, times 9.8 divided by 1.3. 9.1 rings. .1 rings. Getting it perfect. I was trying to bounce over that sound, so I put that little bit of overpower on there. I was trying to bounce over so I could just clip it and end up on the fairway. No dice! I decided to do that. I did that so that me and my opponent could take the same exact shot. And now this is where I've been getting my ass kicked, because I keep ending up coming through here and I haven't hit it perfect. I keep hitting it great to the left and I end up in the drink right here. It rolls off. And the last time I was on this hole, I overcorrected just because I was like, I'm not going in that drink, and then I went in the sand. Perfect. It didn't look like they pulled that enough and that they were going to go just like they did. But I've been doing the same damn thing, so I'm not gonna say too much. It's 2 per ring at Max Club. There's 10. I'm gonna do a little over. That's like a 10%. We'll see. We'll see. And I hit it great. 2 rings great. And I still ended up left. So like, you need to do a big pull there. I have no idea. This is where this is why it's really important, if you're really trying to be serious and you're going up, of doing some going. You can go to Tommy's site, which is probably better because it's got all the courses on it, whereas Golf Clash Notebook doesn't have all the courses anymore. They've obsoleted themselves, which is too bad because it's a great site. In the drink. And really study these courses and know what you're dealing with. But the problem with going to a site like that, and then Tommy going, hey, you're going to do this kind of percentage, is where is he hitting to? Where is he hitting his drive shot to? Is he hitting his drive shot down to the end on the right and then going for it, or is he trying to get over and then come at it like this, or is he trying to go over here and then bounce off the little island to get on the green? Which one of these 3 locations on that particular hole? There's 3 ways to play it. You can rewind it, and there's 3 ways you can play that hole. And which one of these 3 is he basing his secondary numbers off of? Now, you could watch his video and then see what the deal is, but really doing some research on it. I always like it when they forfeit. It makes it good. Makes it good. One more. How long have we been shooting? 24 minutes. I'm gonna open up a chest. Let's open up a chest. The off-roader. Always looking for off-roaders. All right, do we have an opportunity here? It's 5:17. Let me shut the app off and fire it back up again and see if we get the club card trading. And maybe I'll get my Cataclysm to level 7 and y'all get to see it on video. All right, here we go. Come on. I only need it one more time, and really I'll never get any of these clubs. Those clubs. All right. It takes more cards to get from level 7 to level 8 than it took to get all the way to level 7. And so it only took me 7 years to get my Apocalypse to level 6. And obviously I still haven't gotten my Cataclysm to level 6. I'm surprised that I've gotten those clubs as high as I have, because I didn't get my APOC. I'd played for over 2 years before I got my APOC, and the only reason I got my APOC up to this level is because of the club card treaty. All right, one more time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Chief. And I really want to beat this guy. This is one of those holes by bringing out a bigger ball can definitely help you. So the way the wind's blowing, they can start off. Baby.
It's freaking cold out here.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. All right, all right. See if we can get up there and get on, or get close. Get close. $8.1 divided by 1.3 is 6.25. There's 6 1/4. Let's make sure we get all that forward distance. Get it all. That might start off good. We'll see how about this course as it rolls through the fairway can get. I almost would have liked to have taken the chip more. What's funny on this hole is when these courses first came out, the second cut of the rough was out of bounds. So if you were off the course, you better hope that you stayed in the first cut of the rough, because anything beyond that was out of bounds. And they changed it now where you can actually get if you get in the water, you're out of bounds. But they opened it up a little bit. There's so much movement on the course down there that as you're going through it, it'll go one way or the other. Isn't it perfect? Perfect! In the hole. In the hole! All right. All right. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Let's play again, dude. I want to beat your ass again. Come on. Come on, dude. Pussy. Let's open up that one. Make sure I got enough room so if I win, if I get somebody that wants to replay, I got enough room. Ride the bull. Welcome to the channel, Chris. I go first. Now, this is another one of those holes. Dang it. I'm going to give myself 4 rings of separation. And what I'm thinking of is this arc out here where the second bounces out. If I do max curl, I'll head here so that I can get full run down the middle of the fairway. 1.1 times 7.5 divided by 1.3. 6 1/3 rings. 6.34. There's 5, there's 6, and there's the 3/4. Max curl. Hitting it perfect. Perfect. Going right down the middle. Would have liked more distance, but that's what I got. Now this is one of those holes where the big dog or the cataclysm is going to help you, because some of these second shots are like massive, especially if we've got big headwinds on the shots going to the cup. And we've been playing this game long enough that it is such bullshit. And we know they can fix it because they do it in tournaments where we hit one and we've got a headwind, and the next shot we have the headwind from the same direction, or we've got a tailwind, and the next shot we've got a tailwind from the same direction. But in one-on-one, we still have that, hey, we've got a 40-mile-an-hour tailwind, and then the very next shot we got a 40-mile-an-hour headwind. And if you were playing in a situation where the wind would change 180 degrees, that's usually a storm, and we don't play in storms. All right, now I'm really focused on my second bounce. What I want to do is make sure that I can get that second bounce to, if I do a curl shot and I've got the arc, where is that second bounce going to hit on that arc? I'm going to give myself a little bit of room here. I'm going to do 2 per ring. There's 10, 7, and that puts me almost 2 rings into power. One ring great to the left. Bringing it around. Give myself a nice little putt. I like to play this hole from going straight at it and then coming around this direction, but with the winds that we have here, depending on the second wind, it's a losing proposition unless you bring out a really big ball. Really, there is another way to play this hole, but this way, if you're playing in tournaments, isn't bad, especially if you're playing in rookie tournaments, because you can set yourself up and do a nice rough bump right here. Really get yourself into the end of this fairway. You can, if you bring out the right stuff, try and blow through that rough area and end up in the fairway that's right there in front, and then you really got a nice shot. What were they thinking raising that sign so far off the ground so that it would be out of the way if we got caught behind it? That's bullshit. They need to put those signs closer to the ground so that they're always in the way. Somebody at Playdemic is going to lose their gold star if they keep screwing that stuff up. We need more signs. We need more signs to remind us what game we're playing. I have seen where they've sold some of those signs, and I've tried to make a point of, none of the signs have been at companies that I already do business with or do stuff with, so it hasn't really been in a big effect. But if I see one on there for some company that I go to, I would not go there. Not saying I boycott them, but as a consumer, I have a choice, so I don't have to do the deal. I don't have to buy anything from... The one cool thing about those signs is we don't have to buy anything from Playdemic anymore, because they now make all the money they need from their signs. They should start giving us dividends. We should start seeing, like, hey, we're going to give everybody out there a free pack of balls because you guys play the game and we got people buying the signs. I mean, think of all the ways that Playdemic or one of these games could make money. And they chose to go out there and put out signs and block the beautiful golf courses that their developers and designers have made, and block shots. Of all the ways they could make money, of all the things they could do to monetize the game, that we would be more than happy to do. They had something on there about where you could buy clubs and club cards that you were short, and I had several people that I know tell me that they had seen it, but I never actually saw it, where you could buy the club cards that you were short. Because like right now, I'm 3 cards short on my Cataclysm. I might be willing to spend 1,000 gems or a few gems to buy those 3 club cards. But I have no idea. I never saw it. But I don't know if the people up at the top complained, and so they were like, "Hey man, the whales are getting pissed off because we're doing the deal." And why would you bring out a freaking zero? Are they doing that just because it's a precision ball? This is the shit that cracks me up. Is people I would forfeit this match and give up the 3 million coins to have that ball in my inventory, and then they end up in the sand. Which they'll be okay because they got a precision ball, so they'll be better off. And I am definitely not trying to go for that island. Not with a 13-mile-an-hour wind. 13.7 divided by 1.3. I'm not even going to add anything on. I got a mile down here, so we'll just take it straight up at 10.5 rings. There's 10.5. And a grate to the right, just for safety. In the perfect spot. I think the last time I was here, I was just like, it's close. But I'm going to do a 20%, but I think I would probably need to do more than 20. I've just pretty much resigned myself to the fact that if I don't hit, if my opponent, if we're both in the clear and we have a shot to get onto the green, we're going to end up going to a shootout. I did play the other day, though, where I had like 3 people in a row that sank like this, where they were like in the rough and sank shots, and then I got to shootouts, and then I had like 2 or 3 opponents in a row that got hole-in-ones. And that's kind of a bummer. There's max. There's min. There's mid. 11.6 divided by 1.6. 8.7 rings. .7 rings. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. Let's see if we can hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. We'll see how close that is. That was with a 20%. Not quite enough. I played this hole the other day and I did like a 10 and it was way off. So maybe a 25. Maybe a 30. 25, yeah, that would have been 0.3 of a ring. That might have worked. I'd like to walk down the beach and find gold coins. I have found a silver coin on the beach. Found a piece of 8 when I was in the Caribbean one time. An old piece of 8. Old. And I have a necklace with a piece of 8 from the Etosha, the wreck of the Etosha. All right. Which way is the wind blowing? Well, of course it's going headwind. Times 8.3 divided by, where the hell am I at in my club? I do an APOC, a minimum club. I'm going to do, it should be, going to do 6 rings. If I do it at minimum club, it's 5.81. There's 5. I'm going to go a little extra just to make sure. And I'm doing 40%. We'll see how close I get to clipping that rough. And I'm a mile away. A mile. I almost felt like I should have did a max pull even though I was at minimum club and added on 40%. And the way it rolls down this hill, I was kind of going straight at it. The way it rolls down this hill, I should set up more to the left because it's going to roll down that hill instead of trying to go straight at it. If I wanted to go straight at it, I could do what my opponent's doing where I'm running it up to it. They'll have a much better shot. This is another one of the par 3s that I've been getting my ass kicked on because I'm playing it the wrong way. This has never been one of my favorite par 3s. I've hit hole-in-ones on this hole, but this has never been one of my favorite par 3s in the game. And that's how you lose a shot, lose a hole. By like 6 yards. Wow, I can't believe that I won that. I can't believe that I won that. That's amazing. I figured I was like 8 yards away. I wasn't paying attention. What is the deal? Have I gotten on a winning streak here? Have I won a few? I think I got at least one more hole on me. At least. Let's do one at a time. I just won't try and replay people. We'll get our 60 minutes in. See if we can get it done. Daryl. Is that deja vu? Daryl goes first. .9, almost headwind, almost pure headwind, not quite. From over on the right hand side, it'll be a little more side than head, but no, it'll still be head. I'm not sure the power 4 ball is really going to help. That's a waste of a Kingmaker. Kingmaker X. A waste. Yeah, I got down there pretty good. I'll have a pretty nice shot from there. Pretty nice. Am I out of quasars? I am. Let's buy some. Yeah, let's choose that. Want me to spend some time doing what? 1.2 times 9.9 divided by 1.3? 9.13 rings. .13 rings. There's 913. And a 75 ring great to the left. In the clear. I kind of like my angle at the cup a little bit better because when you get up too high, you deal with that hill that's on the backside, and this is all rolling down. It can get a little bit, there's like a little plateau right here, so this side over here, especially if you get up into this area and you're coming down, you got to deal with that hill a little bit more. Where I'm at, it should be a little bit straighter up the hill. Don't go in the hole. Come on. Good. Good. I don't want bad things to happen, but let's at least give me a shot. Okay, there's minimum kingfisher. So it's 8.9 divided by 2.1. Be 4.23 rings, 4.25. There's 4.25. Little. I didn't give myself quite enough room. I thought I did. Oh, and then I hit it great. Ooh! I think I would have missed it right on the other side of the cup if I'd have hit it perfect, so. Dang it. Going to shootout. I'm just amazed at how many people, like, it would be one thing if you get on a hole and you go, wow, you know, this particular par 4, if I don't bring out a bigger ball, I'm going to get my ass handed to me. And your opponent has a 3-power or a 4-power ball so that they can make that shot. You know, then it's one thing to think about, hey, do I want to bring out the 4-power ball in order to match up to get over there? But when your opponent is playing a hole like this and they bring out a Quasar or a Marlin, you know, I mean, playing with a Quasar or Marlin, there's no shame in that. I'm just amazed at how many people spend money on some of these good balls and then come out here and then are wasting times 8.5 divided by 1. 10.2 rings. $10.2 rings. There's 10.2. Now let's see if we can hit it perfect. I think I took the shot earlier and I hit it 2 rings great to the left. And if you hit to the left, you're going to go farther to the left. If you hit to the right, you're going to go farther to the right. Still didn't pull it enough, and I did a 20%. Probably should have did a 40. Or put a little bit more spin on it and not been aimed right at the cup. That's the secondary wind effect stuff. The wind, I'm adjusting for the wind to here, but the wind on that second bounce to get over, it's getting pushed off. And so it's that secondary wind effect of instead of going straight at the hole, like coming over here, and then this one's fine, and then the wind pushes it over and then puts me on the cup. Yep. Yep. There you go. Deja vu. Let's play again, dude. Come on. Come on. I'm willing. I'm willing. All right. What do I got? Do I got enough time for one more? I do. I got enough time for one more. One more. I gotta fill that slot. Come on. I gotta fill that slot because I'm trying to freaking get my, and I'm not gonna get 3 cards in any one of those chests, so. But some kind of movement. I've been on 197 cards in my Cataclysm now for weeks and getting tired of it. Getting tired of it. There's my red line. It'll be 4 rings off. 8.8 times 1.1 divided by 1.3. 7.5 rings. There's, now let's move the rings instead of the course. There's 5, 6, 7 and a half. Max curl. hitting it perfect. See if I gave myself too much room. I did. That's a sucky shot from there. That tree is right in my way. I'll be able to get up on the green, but I'm not going to have a really good shot at it. Statistically, on this, if you brought out the right stuff, and my opponent's got a better shot here with the 3-power ball of doing what I was trying to do to clip the rough right here and just bleed out. But you're better off doing what my opponent's doing and just laying it up out there and going for the shot. You get a really nice shot, and then you don't end up behind the trees. Perfect. Perfect, I tell you. Why does that seem like it's going in the rough? I'd rather be in the rough and not behind the tree than in the rough and behind the tree. In the rough and behind the tree. Let's see if we can get our spin right here. I can't do a max curl. Can I do a max curl shot? I can. I'm in front of that tree. So I'm going to get as close to that tree as possible. And 2, 4, 6. Where am I at? Where am I at in club? I got plenty of club here, so I'm going to do 2 per ring. Just do 2. 2 ring, or 4 per ring, excuse me, 2 rings. Just lay it up there. Get myself close. If I'd hit that perfect, that would have been pretty close. I would have been short. But it'd have been close. Womp's turn. Let's check Womp out. 3,275 games. 1,000,000,001. They've been playing up. You know they've been playing up because they got a level 8 Nirvana and they've only played 3,500 games. The real ticket there is how many games have they won. So they've been playing. Obviously, with the 1.8 billion, you can take their 1.1 billion. They've got 1,704 wins. So 1.182 billion divided by 1,704, and it'll tell you kind of what tour they've been living at. You definitely get better. The reason I had never taken this account past Tour 7 for all these years, and here just at the beginning of the year I went up, and I went up because Playdemic has broke all the rules, so I don't care anymore. And I've been trying to get more club cards to get several of my clubs to get them up to level 7 and work on them a little bit more, because you don't get them if you're playing Tour 7. You barely ever get an APOC or 0.4 times. We'll see if my opponent can get up in there, get into the hole. There's a lot of different ways you can. There is a rough bump you can do on this, but I'm not. You would definitely want to practice it to get the wind, adjustment. Because I think if you had a tailwind, you're going to do one adjustment, and if you have a headwind, you're going to do another. And it is way down in the hole, way down there. And that grate to the left helped them, I think. It did. It did. 13 divided by, I am at 1 per ring, so 18.2. 18.2 rings. Okay, there's 10. There's 18 too. 18.2 rings. And I hit it great to the right, which hurt me big time. And I didn't pull it enough, and I did a 40%. I should have did it at 0.9. That'd have been 20.22 rings. And a perfect would have been better. There we have it. Is that 50 minutes? 55. I guess. All right. I want to fill that slot, so we'll do one more. One more. And I'm going to end up starting off. Am I going to finish off right where I started? I started off with 97 million. I might have started off with 94. The losing. Now here we are in this hole again. 9-1. Man, that's going to be tough. Times 9.1 divided by 1.3. 8.4 rings. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. And a 75 ring great to the right. At least I'm in the fairway. I got a little bit of work to do though. I think the last time we were here, we had a little bit of tailwind and I was on the green. Now bringing out a power 3 ball right here would definitely help. This is what I was talking about earlier. My opponent's got a market advantage because they've already got a spot over there with the power 3 ball. So with overpower, they're in the zone no matter what. And that's about right. About right. They hit this perfect or even one ring great to the left or the right, they should be on the green. Perfect. This is where bringing out, and you never know when you're the first person that goes, whether or not your opponent's going to, what they're going to do. Because you could be like I was with a power 1 ball and they could go, hey, they got the market advantage. There's max. There's min. Let's make sure I got enough room in front of min. 7.6 divided by 1.2. Or excuse me. What is minimum grizzly? 1.4. Straight up with no adjustment. It's 5.4 rings. Here's 5-4. And 70 rings to the left. And in and out. I guess I should have taken a little bit of wind off. My opponent's got the jump on me, but they still got some work to do. It's not a guaranteed thing, but it's pretty much guaranteed they're going to kick my ass. They got an inbringer, so. An inbringer 7. $2 billion earned. How much have I earned? Only 864,000. And most of that's been in the last couple months. I think it was only at 300 and something before a couple months ago. In the hole. Look at that. Look at that. Loser, loser. All right, that's how you can get your ass handed to you and get your butt kicked and play an hour's worth of games and only end up with end up with the same amount of cash that you started with. I might have 3 million more than I started with. And I did open up a couple chests, so I won a few, lost a bunch. I think I'm one up after an hour's worth of play. There you have it. Have fun. I'm sure I will see you again. The tournament starts tomorrow, and I might play in the tournament this week. I really like doing the scouting reports, so I might just do what I really liked in the old days was that we had a tournament and then we had a week off. And we had a week off where we could shoot content and I could just go out there and have fun and we could go do some stuff. But now it's just tournament after tournament after tournament after tournament after year after year after tournament after tournament after year. I'm surprised they don't do 2 tournaments in the same week. Where this week we're going to have 2 different tournaments and you can join 2 of them and you can do all the stuff and really kind of go. I'm surprised. It's a grind. I liked having the week off and doing the scouting reports and then like just shooting some fun videos when I have time to shoot some fun videos and not having to work so hard at it. It's kind of fun. We'll see. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one. Be safe and try and have some fun.